dear students, welcome back to your favorite channel NEET World. This is Vasavi Ma'am, your biology educator. Yes, so students, we have started the nutrition in animals of your class 7 CBSE science, right? So from this particular chapter, we have learned and we have understood many things like functions of the esophagus, structure and the functions of teeth, stomach, and next in the previous session we have also done and we have understood completely about the functions of liver and pancreas, right? Yes. So coming towards the today's particular session, we are going to discuss the structure and the functions of small intestine. Okay. So let's have a look on the small intestine, how actually it is going to look, what is its major functions and what is its structure. Let's learn each and everything in detail, my dear students. Yes. So yes, this is the small intestine. Okay. So this particular visual, here it is a small intestine. So look into the NCERT points now. It is okay, the small intestine is usually 7.5 meters long and highly coiled. Okay. So can you see here, my dear students? Yes. So this is the small intestine which is usually 7.5 meters long. Okay. It is 7.5 meters long, and can you see here, my dear students, it is not straight. Okay. So it is not straight, usually it is highly coiled. Okay. It is 7.5 meters long and it is highly coiled. Okay. So now, so whenever the food is going to pass, from the esophagus and whenever it is going to be deposited, whenever it is going to transfer to the stomach, okay, inside the stomach the food is going to be mixed up with the HCl and many digestive juices, and next the food is going to form into a fine paste like structure, right. So after this particular process, the fine paste like structure, the food substance, it is going to enter into the small intestine. Okay. So the small intestine is the area, the small intestine is a part where the major digestion of the food is going to takes place, right. So how the digestion is going to takes place, in the sense how the complete digestion, okay. So from here, from the esophagus to the stomach, the partial digestion process is going to occur, okay, but the complete digestion of the food is going to takes place in the small intestine, which is 7.5 meters long and highly coiled, my dear students. Yes. So in the small intestine, okay, so the small intestine, already we have learned about the liver and pancreas, right. So what actually the liver is going to secrete? Yes. So everyone answer me in the comment section, what is, okay, which digestive juice is secreted from the liver, okay. So liver usually secretes the bile juice, right. So now the small intestine, can you see, the small intestine receives the bile juice from the liver and pancreatic juice from the pancreas, and next continuously after receiving the bile juice and pancreatic juice, the food is going to be mixed up with the bile juice and the pancreatic juice, and the next one, the complete digestion is going to takes place in the small intestine itself. Okay. So look into the points, it receives the bile juice from the liver. Okay. Next, pancreatic juice from where, my dear students? Pancreatic juice from the pancreas, and next one, along with the pancreatic juice and along with the bile juice, the small intestine is also involved in secretion of many digestive enzymes. Okay. So with the help of these all things, the food is going to be digested completely in the small intestine itself, right. So from the stomach, okay, so look into the points, from the stomach it reaches the small intestine. What it is going to reach? From the stomach, the food, okay, from the stomach the food is going to reach into the small intestine. In the small intestine, it will the food is going to be mixed up with the bile juice and pancreatic juice, and complete digestion is going to takes place, right. Yes. So now let's have a look on the functions of the small intestine. Okay. So already whenever you have learned about the role of bile juice and role of the pancreatic juice, you have understood how fats are going to be converted into the simplest forms, and then next you have also understood how carbohydrates are converted into the simplest forms, right, my dear students. Yes. So but here is the overall digestion process by the involvement of few enzymes. Okay. So this complete digestion is going to take place in the small intestine with the help of few enzymes. Okay. See here, proteins are broken down into the amino acids. Okay. So proteins are broken down into the amino acids. Yes. So let me make a note here, my dear students. Yes, proteins are broken down into the amino acids A plus A. Okay. So proteins are broken down into the amino acids in the presence of which enzyme, my dear students? In the presence of pepsin. Okay. And next, carbohydrates are broken down. Carbohydrates are broken down into the simplest forms. Okay. Carbohydrates are converted into the which forms, my dear students? The complex nutrients. The complex carbohydrates are converted into the simple sugars like glucose. Okay. In the presence of which enzyme? In the presence of amylase. Okay. In the presence of amylase. Next, the fats are converted into the fatty acids and glycerol. Okay. So these points makes you easy to remember, my dear students. Okay. First write the complex nutrient, and next in the presence of enzyme. Okay. This enzymatic action. Okay. In the presence of enzymes, it is converted into the simplest forms. Okay. Always remember, complex foods are converted into the simplest forms in the presence of few digestive enzymes only. Okay. And fats are converted into the fatty acids. Okay. Fats are converted into the fatty acids in the presence of enzyme. Which enzyme, my dear students? In the presence of lipase. Okay. Yes. So this is all about the complete digestion process, how actually it is going to take place in the small intestine. Okay. So it is very usually it is very easiest topic, my dear students. Yes. So now next let us understand how the digested food is going to be absorbed. Okay. How actually the digested food is going to be absorbed. Okay. So inside the small intestine, okay, inside the small intestine we can find a finger like projections. Okay. Inside the small intestine what is present, my dear students? A long finger like projections are going to be present. Okay. So these are the long finger like projections which we can see inside the small intestine. Okay. So these finger like projections are called as villi. Okay. What it is called? These are called as villi. Okay. Villi or villus. Villus in the sense single finger like projection, villi in the sense group of many finger like projections. Okay. So these villi are surrounded richly with the blood vessels. Okay. These are surrounded and these are going to contain many blood vessels. Okay. So now, so these villi, okay, these finger like projections are present inside the small intestine, and these are involved in the main role and the major function of this villi is to increase the surface area for the absorption. Okay. So to absorb the digested food, this villi will increase the surface area of the small intestine to absorb the digested food. After the digestion, the absorption is going to take place, and the food, the digested food is absorbed by the blood vessels and the blood capillaries. Okay. Right, my dear students, see here the digested food can pass into the blood vessels, okay, in the wall of the small intestine. Small intestines are surrounded with the blood vessels, right. So after complete digestion the food is going to enter into the blood vessels, and next absorption of food occurs through the thousands of, okay, not hundreds or not few in number, but thousands of finger like outgrowths are present, those are called as villi. Okay. Yes. So now these villi are going to increase the surface area inside the small intestine for the absorption of the digested food, and each villi has a network of thin and small blood vessels, right. Just now we have seen it. And next one, yes. So this is how actually the digestion is going to take place in the small intestine, and this is how actually the digested food is going to be absorbed, right. Yes. So in the next upcoming session we are going to discuss few more things about the nutrition in animals, right, my dear students. Yes. So stay tuned with the NEET World, like, share and subscribe.